Mr. Ahmed Mohammed, Artistic Director and Chief Executive Officer, National Troupe of Nigeria, has pledged to reposition and restore the past glory of the troupe in the country. Mohammed made the pledge in an interview with the news agency of Nigeria, NAN, in Abuja. He said that he would address the dwindling state of the troupe to enable it to meet the international standard of cultural performances.
Over time, the number of artists that were there, is dwindling, because we can't be able to take pool of artists that we really require to be able to do that kind of high lift, cultural performances. So over time, if these troops are not on ground, there's no way we can be able to have that kind of high fly, performances, even within the country. Talk less of going out of the country. So basically, it's simply because we don't have, the dancers. Basically, when we look at the troupe, we're looking at musicians. We're looking at those who are also dancing. We're also looking at people who can be able to act, because we also do drama, stage drama, showcasing, some life-changing experiences in Nigeria, looking at our own, peculiarities, so we can be able to project, those cultures in a very, in a good light. So we don't have that kind of team. So I think for the past 2 or 3 years, we don't have that kind of team, So it is now that I came, I'm now trying to look at how do I reject the troupe. Part of what we're going to do is we're going to do auditioning. That auditioning could be at zonal level within the country, to ensure that we get the best out of the best. And then, we now introduce them, to the kind of dance patterns we want them to do. And then ensuring that we can be able to have the required resources to provide them with the necessary tools of trade, like properties, like costumes, some of our lighting effects. And then we don't even have, a vehicle that can be able to convey our artists conveniently from one point to the next. When I went to Lagos, most of the vehicles are grounded. The other vehicles that we have were bought over 15 years ago, so they're almost getting obsolete. So there is a need for us to have vehicles on ground to be able to be sure that we can be able to move within this country comfortably. So these are part of the challenges. And again, that the National Theatre is being renovated now. So unfortunately, the National Troupe do not have a structure of its own. We are under National Theatre. So we are now, residing within the artist camp, which is also not in good shape. So it is after the National Theatre has been renovated, we'll be able to say that yes, we have a space that we can be able to do, to do our rehearsals and be sure that we are always strong enough to move out and showcase ourselves in a better way. So we sip out our talent, from those groups, and we train them. We camp them, we train them, and then we move around, to perform in places where we are requested to go and perform, and we also seek partnership, with private sectors, including also, government agencies, because they also have functions that they always like us to present ourselves there. We also have children program. One of our pillars is to ensure that we hunt for talent within children, build their capacity in theater, so that we can be able to now catch them young. We're talking about how do we really groom our children to really understand the way we live, the way we practice, our good values. So we also go into primary schools and secondary schools and engage the teachers, ensuring that we get some children to walk them through some of these theatrical rudiments, and then they come up with their own skits, and then they perform. Sometimes we even do some competitions where schools, that win are given some prizes, and then this goes annually. But I know over some years we are not able to do that, maybe due to some first year funding, or could be because some of our staff that are, responsible for that kind of arrangement have left, the service, because most of them are civil servants, so they are not yet replaced. So that's part of what I'm trying to do, to ensure that we have the right people at the right place for them to be able to do the right thing for us.